What's up, YouTube? This is CJ from CJ's Keto Kitchen. It is a late Tuesday night here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm looking up at the clock. It's about 11:20 p.m. and it's not unusual for me to be up this late working on a video. However, tonight is a little bit different because as you can see, Sarah's not here. Sarah is actually at work, and I am scrambling trying to figure out how to correct a problem that we discovered late tonight. So we did a keto conversation just like we do every Wednesday, and we shoot those on either Monday or Tuesday, and we upload those on Wednesday. We did one tonight. It was a Keto Krate. It was a great video. Unfortunately, we didn't have any sound, and so we could not upload that video. So for the sake of just trying, because it's important for us that we have content on the days when we kind of set that we have content. We had a video here where we kind of showed how Sarah cooks a pork roast. She does things that I think are unique with how she cooks a pork roast, and they always come out delicious, super tender, and very flavorful. So hopefully you enjoy this video. This was also part of, we shot this video several weeks ago, one day when we didn't have any kids here, and we had kind of a date night, so you'll see part of that where we're heading to a movie. So hopefully you enjoy this. We'll try to figure out how to get the Keto Krate video redone. And but we wanted to just say thank you for watching CJ's Keto Kitchen, and we hope that you have a great rest of the week. Peace.
So this is about a 6-pound bone-in pork picnic roast. I like the bone-in. Pork sirloin to me is too dry. So I have already browned it on one side, and I'm getting ready to flip it, and it's a beef. So I use my big meat fork from CJ's mom and dad. And I have it in a pan that's on in between medium and medium high, because you want your pan to be pretty hot to do the searing process. This gives it the Maillard, where the browning brings out the flavor in the meat. And so I just brown it on all the sides that I can get to in my pan. And all I have is just a little bit of coconut oil spray, because you want it to be fairly dry because you're going through a real browning process on top. And then as soon as it has browned, we'll put it in the slow cooker and add our seasonings.
Okay. Go ahead.
Another thing that I wanted to point out is this right here is just a layer of fat, which will flavor our meat as it's slowly cooking, and then all of this will be able to be peeled off when I take the roast out. But all this fat will have gone into the meat and flavored the meat. So I really appreciate this little layer of fat here. So why I'm doing this is, number one, this is an inexpensive cut of meat. But if it's put in the slow cooker, it turns out really nice and juicy and flavorful. So it's a good bargain. And it also turns out to be a really nice cut of meat if you let it slow cook for 6 or 7 hours, which is what I'm going to do.
So this is how you prepare all of your...
This is how I do all of my roasts, both beef and pork. I did a beef roast for Christmas. I don't usually do beef roasts because they're closer to 20 pounds for a roast this size, perhaps even 30. But a roast this size I can get for $6 or $7 in pork. So more often pork than it is beef for us anyway. So you can see that I've seared it on the other side. And I mainly try and just get both of the big sides, because sometimes I will take the roast and stand it up like this if I really and just stand here and hold it like it's seared on the other side. It's up to you. It's not a huge deal if the sides don't get seared. So I'm going to take this bad boy and bring it over to the slow cooker. So I'm going to put him in our slow cooker. And you want to, of course, try and get a roast that's going to fit inside your slow cooker. But my slow cooker's a nice in-between size. I had one that was a lot bigger, and then they also make them that are really tiny. And you can do a roast this size and one that small. I have before, but you'll have to put it up end to end. So onto this, because later after it's cooked and I'm getting ready to serve it, I'm going to shred it and put sugar-free barbecue sauce on it. But for right now, I'm just going to put a few things on here. I, of course, want garlic. And I just kind of sprinkle it on the top. And some 21 seasoning salute, because I put that on everything. I'm going to do a little bit of onion powder. I have a little bit of McCormick's Cajun seasoning, so that's just going to give us a kind of follow through a little bit on our barbecue. I'm also going to add a couple of splashes of Worcestershire sauce. And then the other thing that I'm going to put in is I had a little bit of instant coffee granules, and I've just added some water to that and stirred it up. Coffee really brings out the flavor in roast. You will not taste the coffee when this is done. The richness will just come out, and that's what you're going for. So I'm going to pour this in the bottom of my slow cooker, trying not to remove all the seasonings that we just put on top. And then our roast is going to cook in these juices, and it's going to give it that nice, almost au jus taste to our roast. And then I just put my lid on, and I like to put a kitchen towel folded over the top, just so that all of the steam and everything that, and then my slow cooker has a nice lip here, so this is a nice slow cooker, but still I like to put a towel over the top just so that everything that is supposed to stay inside the slow cooker as far as cooking ability does. And then I'm just going to put my slow cooker on low. Mine has 3 settings. It has a keep warm, a low, and a high, and I'm going to put mine on low, and it's going to cook for about 6 or 7 hours, and then the meat will be ready to practically just fall off the bone. I'm ready to go. I might look a little extra. I look like Sarah.
Okay, let's go on our date.
I have to let my feelings show. It's hard enough to let it go. This might be our last chance. This might be our last dance.
So the roast has been in a little over 6 hours while we were at the movies. Now I am going to remove that layer of fat that I talked about earlier. I don't know if you want to come in close here to show the fat that I'm talking about. It has broken away and is kind of floating on the top. So I'm just going to remove that. And that has delivered flavor to our roast, but it's easily removed. So, starting to break away nicely from the bone. So I am just going to turn the temperature on warm, and then I will show you how I shred the rest of the meat. Okay, so now I'm going to try as best as I can to remove the bones, because like I said in the beginning, I prefer a pork roast with bones in it, because I think that the bones give it flavor, and a lot of times if you choose a strictly sirloin roast, it can be dry. So I'm going to locate the bones and take them out before we shred our meat, and I'm trying to get everything off the bone. So I think that's it. I've got these handy dandy plastic meat shredders from Amazon, and we will link them down below. I actually got these as a toy for CJ so that he could pretend to be Wolverine, but they work really good for shredding meat. So then I'm just going to come in here and hold with one, and then just kind of start shredding the pork. And it works well because our pork is nice and tender from its all-day cooking. And you can see that just doing that, it's nicely turning into shredded pork for us. And you just kind of continue to do that with your shredders. If you just want to use a fork, you can, but these are fun and they're not very expensive. So hopefully you can see that. All the meat's getting nicely shredded. And you end up with some beautiful, very juicy shredded pork, and you didn't have to do anything. All you had to do was brown the meat, put in your seasonings and a little bit of coffee, and your dinner is ready for you. We are going to top ours with some G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. They make a couple of different flavors. We like the hickory one. But we're just going to put that on, and we're going to serve it with a little bit of coleslaw with blue cheese dressing, and we're going to have dinner.